Okay, everybody. We got this head-to-head battle happening here. We're going to kind of go over these rigs on the bench and get them ready to kind of do the thing. I set some gates up, 5 my Vanquish gates out on the trail. So those things are in place. We'll see how we can get this sort of organized here. We are running. What's going on here? I got a little bit of a struggle already. How does this battery fit? Does it lay down? It does lay down. Okay, so we're running the Rock Pirates Interceptor chassis. I'm going to try to do this all one-handed here. This thing has a Savox 1230 SG servo, middle of the road servo, something around 500. I was going to say foot-pounds of torque, but that doesn't work. So ounce inches. On 6 volts, but I've got the BEC in this Hobbywing 1080 set at the 7.4, so we got some extra voltage there that'll help. Though I don't know what sort of torque it's producing. We have Holmes Hobbies Crawlmaster Sport in that thing. I think it is the 550 can. Make sure I get the matching body pins here. So that's cool. We have the on this guy, we have the comp wagon sliders as well as the hardline bed. We are running Traxxas GTS shocks. They're some of my favorites. They do not leak and they are fairly good performing. We have axles, our AR45 straight axles from what I'm believing is a base camp kit, because the transmission is the base camp transmission with the dig. So, and I got some Trio wheels here with the Vanquish VXT tires, which these aren't the greatest tires, but they surprised me. They do fairly well on this rig, so that's pretty cool. And we are running the old Fly Sky, the one that takes like all of your AA batteries. So that's the radio we're using for this guy. And then of course, y'all have most likely seen this thing, this Interceptor, or this Rum Runner. What's going on here? Rum Runner. So, and I have a body mount struggle happening on that one. We just did the tires, these Reefs Crux tires, which I think that they're going to do fairly well. They seemed pretty good. I am not totally sure about my insert situation. The tire carcass is maybe a little wider than the insert, which I kind of went over in the video, but the Injora blue silicone insert has the rounded shoulders, so that kind of adds to some of that not so fully filled tire carcass. Right. So outside of the Reefs tires, we are running a Reefs 777 direct power. We've got an axial 3 gear with the dig. We've got the Hobbywing Fusion SE. We are running the Meet Us axles. Some of you already know this, but this is the overview. Chinese internet Dravtech clones. So, and I've got these with they're I can't remember what oil in there, but I've gone through and put the Traxxas big bore oil, or not oil, but pistons and oil seals and that sort of stuff, because these basically are those same. That's basically the Dravtech shocks are machined big bores, so that's why those parts are all interchangeable. But anyhow, we'll see how it goes. We'll see what happens. I'm going to get this thing buttoned up and get out there. Actually, I better do the thing with the thing here if I can. This guy is running on another Fly Sky radio, the G7P, which is a budget, sort of a budget radio. Some people don't like it. Others think it's fine. I think it's fine. I'm running the Capra on that radio as well. So the next head-to-head battle, I'm going to do all these rigs with Capra axles to see how they sort of hold up against each other or stack up against each other. Capra axle battle. So anyhow, let's get this thing out and a fight to the death. All right. So we got gates up. We got gate 1 coming up. U-turn down. Gate 2 down to the bottom. Well, almost the bottom, but down to the second level. Through gate 3, which is a little narrow, will be tight. Up the climb through 4. And then the long pass through the side hill around the deal and up through gate 5, which gate 5 is the entrance to the last obstacle, which is this climb that goes up through the trees and back down. So we're gonna run this kind of in that order, and I will try to make notes along the way. We are going to run the whole thing in one pass, just so we can kind of have a baseline. I won't be changing and swapping trucks between gates. I'll just run it, see if we can capture this whole thing, and I'm just going to kind of try and stay put right here. I think this is a fairly decent spot to catch this whole run, but we shall see. I got a little bit of the sun peeking through up there, so we might move. Okay, so we're going to start with this Interceptor chassis, and it is fairly loud, as well as the servo. The Savox 1230 is just, we're going to listen to it squawking the whole time, so we're going to just kind of have to deal with that. And then, of course, this other radio in the background is going to chime in because it's sitting idle too long. Anyhow, we're going to see what we can get done here. And I'm going to kind of try to keep the camera sort of panning so we can capture all this. I want to keep that driver's side rear from washing down in, because I need to be able to make the turn here. Yeah, I'm going to have a reverse. We are not counting reverses here, but okay, now we have the descent, which is going to be a bit tricky because this thing is not okay. We might we're coming through gate 2 right now, and I'm going to try to move around it, but I think I'm going to hit gate 2. Yeah, we're right on gate 2. Oh my goodness, really? That's perfect. All right, so we bumped gate 2. Which is unfortunate, and the battery started beeping on this other Fly Sky radio, so I had to swap batteries out. But we're here now, getting into gate 3. I'm gonna see if this thing's gonna. This is a pretty good belly out obstacle right here, and I think that we will end up with that happening. Okay. Oh, touch gate 3. Oh, geez. See, there we go. was cool. So we've got gate number 2 and 3 here. Claimed them both. So it's not an ideal situation, and I don't think I put 3 back in its original spot, but we're going to bump this again and see what we can do. No good. Okay, I should have tried kind of come in at an angle, I guess, but I didn't really execute very well. There we go. So had I made that line the first time around, I would not have hit gate 3. So we're going to see what we can do on this climb here. Don't lose it. Ooh, that right rear is in a bit of a pinchy situation. We're back in. Okay. There we go. Hang it right there. Pan over here. We're going to catch this. Coming through here. And now we're going to make our way across for the finish sort of side hill. This longest kind of section between gates. It's got the big side hill on it. And this is a fairly narrow truck, so we may end up with a little bit of a, not so surprising rollover potentially. This is where I lost it with the Executioner last night or the night before, putting that head-to-head together. So we'll see. This guy is definitely narrow, and I would consider it just a basic trail truck, not so much a crawler. So, but we're making it. This is about where I think we lost the Executioner, but we are approaching. Yeah, we're gonna lift that back end. I need to make some forward progress. That right front needs to get into that rock. There it went in. We got it. I think. So maybe it's too soon. Yeah, anyway, I think we got it. We cannot see gate 5. It is up at the top there, kind of beyond that. Ooh, I am in a precarious sort of spot there. Oh boy. I almost just fully lost it. Oh, I might. Nope, I got by that first gate for the 5th gate. Oh my goodness. What's happening? I'm going to back up a little bit. There we go. Okay. Oh yeah. We got it. We got it. Now we're going to kind of come through the trees. You will not see that section until I come around and down. I am in the trees fully. I didn't exactly make that turn. So that's cool. And now we're going to come down the last little section, which is the chute. Right there. So that took, I don't know, 5-6 minutes, I think. And knocked gate number 2. Gate number 3 had a rollover. I think that I hit a few things a few times. So that is the That is the Interceptor chassis. So here we are with the Rum Runner, and we're going to see how this thing performs in these same sorts of conditions. So that's good. That was good. This definitely has a better drag brake. I don't know if I need to go through that 1080 and drag brake it up. These Mias axles turn quite a bit sharper. Since my dig was not functioning on the Interceptor chassis, I'm going to not use dig on this guy. And I think that I knocked my gate 2 off. Was gate 2 here? Can you guys remember? It was right here. That's where gate 2 was. So we've now got gate 2 repositioned, and I'm gonna go really slow here because I don't want to lose it. This guy's quite a bit wider than the Interceptor, so we want to be extra careful. I'm going to drop that passenger front in a hole, which may kick the rear end over into gate 2. Yeah, it is. If I go straight, I might pull past it, but there's no guarantees here. If I goose it, ooh, I did not touch that gate. Nice. So I was going to say, if I goosed it, I would definitely make it pass, but I chose not to goose it. I'm going to swing through here, and I could set it up for that kind of pass through 3 at an angle, just to be safe, but I'm never want to do things safe. Plus this thing has the belly clearance to kind of get through some of this stuff. Oh yeah, look at that. Man, cutting those steering stops off this Mias axle too really like freaking made a killer turn radius. It's crazy. It's crazy how sharp that front axle turns. Oh, it slid me off. Pushed me off. That's interesting. It's interesting. All right, there it is. Okay, so that's gate number 4. I'm going to stay a little bit to the high side in hopes of not dragging that rear axle into that 4th gate. Oh, it was so close. I am able to kind of drive with one hand with this FlySky G7P, even though my thumbs are short. Same thing here. We're going to go slow and crawl it because I don't want to. I'm going faster than with the Interceptor chassis, but this thing is quite a bit wider and more stable. So, but I'm still going to use a little caution. Oh man, that thing's just staying planted. Nice. So once I know my front axle's clear of that 5th gate up onto the left, I'm going to cut that corner. Try and bring the front of the truck onto that rock, leading into that last kind of climb up through the tree. Oh, I'm going to get that gate. Oh, geez. Let's not get a gate. We're doing so well. Yep, I got it. Touched it. And I went a lot wider than I'd liked to have. That wasn't a very good setup for that gate. Not very good. So at this point, we've only got one gate and no rollovers. Oh. Get out of there. Maybe the groundskeeper needs to come do some pruning here on this freaking oak. Oh geez, maybe this is the downfall of the... Oh my goodness. And you guys missed most of that because I wasn't filming it great. Anyway, just got hung up in the tree a little bit. So, and I think that I came over here and went down the chute. So I'm a little offline, but I think we can still pull it. And that's all 5 gates. Well, 4 of the 5 I cleared, but we've made it through the end, so. Now that's it. That's it. I would have to say that the Rum Runner obviously did better. Than the Interceptor, but that's kind of what one would expect, right? So that's it. That's the battle to the death. And we've got a clear winner. So thank you all for watching. Until next time.